Okay, so problem 7, we want to isolate the radical. That's number 1 step. Isolate the radical. Doing that, we're going to add 5 to both sides. We get 3x plus 13 under the radical and x plus 5 over here on the right hand side. After isolating the radical, we want to square both sides because then we can have access to that variable there, 3x plus 13 under the radical. Just the radical disappears when we square it. And on the right side, though, we have to square this binomial. It's not x squared plus 25, it's x squared plus 10x plus 25. So gathering all the terms to one side, we're going to subtract 3x from both sides. This gives us 7x on the right. Subtracting 13 gives us plus 12 on the right side. So if we factor the right side, x plus 4, x plus 3, well, there's not a lot of room for this one. We're gonna find that we get x equals negative 3 and x equals negative 4. I'm going to use some of this space up here. So x equals negative 3 and x equals negative 4. So those are the two numbers we've got so far, but we have to check. And let's check x equals negative 4 first. If we put a negative 4 in there, we get 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, plus 13 is 1. So square root of 1 is 1. 1 minus 5 equals negative 4. Check. So that one's a good one. And if we check x equals negative 3, we put a negative 3 in there, we get negative 9 plus 13, that's 4. Radical 4 is 2. 2 minus 5 is negative 3. Check. So both of those numbers are the solutions to the equation. And then, okay, we'll go ahead and do number 8 as well. So number 8, isolating the radical, even writing it as something to an exponent is in radical form. And if we isolate the radical, we do that by adding 1 to both sides. And I'm going to go ahead and rewrite x plus 7 to the 1/2 as radical x plus 7. And I'm going to write the x plus 1 on the right. So after isolating the radical, we square both sides. The x plus 7 comes out of the radical. Squaring the radical undoes that. And then again, we get x squared plus 2x plus 1. Gathering the terms to one side by subtracting x from both sides, we get x squared plus x, and then minus 6 is equal to 0. When we factor the right side, we get x plus 3 times x minus 2 is equal to 0. That gives us x equals negative 3 and x equals 2. Checking x equals negative 3 in the original equation, the square root of negative 3 plus 7, so negative 3 plus 7 is 4, square root of 4 is 2. So 2 minus 1, does that equal negative 3? No. So therefore, negative 3 is not a solution to the equation. And then let's try 2. Put 2 in there. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 minus 1, does that equal 2? Yes. So x equals 2 is the solution to the equation.